for those people thinking about starting their own business?
Don't. Seriously, don't.
Can you explain that a little bit more?
Seriously, don't. And it's a funny answer, but it's a true answer. First of all, if I say don't, if that stops you, you're not an entrepreneur. Okay? If I say don't, and your mind says, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't, you're not there yet. If I say don't, and your mind says, well, let me show you, Dan, who do you think you are? That's good. Then you have the first step, what it takes. But second thing is, believe it or not, over the years I've learned, now I've started all these businesses, I've invested in companies, I've turned around companies. I tell all my mentees, now doing it all over again, I actually would not start a business. You ask me now, I would not start a business. I would either invest in one, partner in one, or buy one. Because the business, the failure rate is so high. You've all heard of it, right? 94%, 97% of small business fail in the first 5 years, and then whatever 5% left, 95% of those fail in the next 5 years. It's very true. So knowing that most businesses don't make it, so chances, imagine that you are getting involved in a game, that the longer you stay, the more likely you're gonna die. And chances are you dying is high. It's like very, very high. So then, why would you take that odds? So nowadays, my approach is either I will invest in one. So we know the first 10 years, right? Most of them die. Well, then I just get involved with companies that has been around more than 10 years. Now, so suddenly my success rate is this high, right? So I find it myself at this current state, it's much easier. Let's say a company is it's been around for 10 years, and they're doing, let's say, $1 million a year. I go in there and I help them out, help them with the growth, help them with strategies, help them with my network. I take them to 5 or 10 million, and I get share of that profit. Well, the chances of that succeeding is much, much higher. So that's just my current, what I've learned. So I would say, if you're gonna start your own business, just know what you're getting into. Sometimes it's best to partner in one or work for one. There's nothing wrong with that. When Microsoft went public, I mean, they created a lot of millionaires. You don't necessarily have to be the founder. You could be one of the founding people. You will do very, very well. So you may not always be the CEO material. You may not have to be the founder. That's what so that's why I said don't start. There are many, many options.
Right. So it seems like if you, in the beginning, if you didn't have so much resources, this may be something you want to do, but you have to be careful.
Yeah, and it's because nowadays you see one person like Elon Musk or some of these names that we look up to that, oh, they made it. Well, one person who made it, you don't know the 1 million that died.
Yeah, the survival bias.
Yeah, they don't feature them on Inc. cover, right? Oh, the entrepreneur just lost $1 million. They don't feature that. The guy who's made a ton of money. So I would say just be very selective, and knowing that that's what you want, because it's like I always say, entrepreneur is like a prison. Truly it is. Once you go in, you can't get out. It's once you have the entrepreneurial bug, once you start the business, you can't go back to your company. It's impossible. You can't it just doesn't, your mind has expanded, you can't go back to the same. So knowing that that's the decision you have to make, and that's something that you truly, truly want, that you want it so bad, that you're willing to risk, you're willing to sacrifice, you're willing to hustle, then I would say go for it. If you don't want it, if it's not 10 out of 10, then you have to ask yourself, is that what you want? Because it's a tough thing to do.
10 times your finances, 10 times your business, 10 times your marketing, 10 times your life. Hit the subscribe button now.